The box wasn't marked. No card, just plain brown paper and a faint scent of cedar. It was placed quietly among the dozens of wedding gifts stacked in Rachel Coleman's new apartment. But when she unwrapped it later that evening, alone, still in her dress shoes, wine glass half finished, she saw it. Inside was a single red shoelace, tied in a tight knot, looped around a faded photograph of a 10-year-old boy with shaggy blonde hair and a chipped front tooth. Her heart stopped. It was Eli, her brother, the same boy who had vanished without a trace on a rainy Thursday afternoon 17 years ago. Rachel screamed, not from fear, but from the sound of a wound that had never healed, suddenly split wide open. Eli disappeared on May 4th, 2008. He was 10 years old. That morning, Rachel remembered, he had refused to eat breakfast unless she sat with him. He made her pinky promise she'd walk him halfway to school. They were close, inseparable really. She was 13 at the time, protective. He called her Ray Ray. She called him my shadow. She never saw him again after lunch that day. By 3:30 p.m., when Eli hadn't returned home, their mum, Jessica, assumed he was at a friend's house. By 5 p.m., panic had set in. By 7, police were involved. There were no leads, no witnesses, no ransom, no body. Just a backpack found behind the school, soaked from the rain, containing Eli's comic books and a lunchbox still untouched. One of his shoelaces was missing, just one. Everyone had theories, a drifter, a teacher, a runaway. But Rachel knew. Eli wouldn't have run, not from her. She stopped talking much after that. Their father started drinking. Their mother developed what doctors called complicated grief, what Rachel called giving up. Within 2 years, their family imploded. By 18, Rachel was in foster care. She didn't speak about Eli for over a decade, until now. The photo, that shoelace. Rachel stared at them, shaking. The photo had a crease across Eli's forehead and something strange written in marker on the back. Ray Ray, find the red door. The handwriting was unmistakable. Eli's. She trembled. Who had sent this? Why now? She called the police, but they dismissed it as a cruel prank. The case was cold, long abandoned, but Rachel wasn't. She had waited her entire life for this moment. The next morning, she returned to their old hometown, Haverhill, Pennsylvania. The school Eli had disappeared from was now a charter academy. The playground was still there, faded, rusty, forgotten. She walked the path they used to take together, halfway to school. Her memory flooded with flashes, his giggles, his uneven run, the way he'd tug at her sleeve to point out squirrels. She noticed something she hadn't seen before, an abandoned shed at the edge of the woods near the path. She had never paid attention to it, but now she noticed, on the door, barely visible under years of dirt and vines, a red smudge, a faded painted circle, a red door. Her breath caught, heart hammering, she reached for the handle. It creaked open. Inside, it was dark, musty. Old crates, dusty furniture, and carved into the wall with what looked like a penknife were 2 words. Help me. Underneath, etched smaller, Ray Ray, I'm still here. She ran out, sobbing, called the police again. This time they brought in a team. The shed was searched, photographed, but no usable prints or recent DNA. Still, it reopened the case. The press swarmed. Sister of missing boy finds cryptic clues after 17 years. Rachel was all over the news, but the attention brought more than sympathy. It brought something darker. One night, a letter arrived. No stamp, just slipped under her door. It read, "You were supposed to forget. He was never meant to be found. Stop digging or you'll lose more than a brother." Rachel gave the letter to police. They shrugged. No fingerprints again. She began feeling watched. Her phone buzzed with blocked numbers. Once, she found her childhood stuffed rabbit, the one Eli used to sleep with, sitting on her windshield. She wasn't imagining it. 2 weeks later, she received an email. No sender, no subject, just a short video clip. It showed a boy, no older than Eli when he vanished, sitting on a basement floor, blindfolded, humming the theme song from SpongeBob SquarePants. Rachel almost collapsed. She remembered that exact hum. Eli used to do it every time he was nervous. Every single time. The timestamp on the video, May 4th, 2008. 3:42 p.m., 17 years ago to the minute. Someone had been documenting him, or had he been held somewhere all this time? Rachel became obsessed. She traced the email through a VPN in Oregon, but a tech-savvy friend found a unique code embedded in the file's metadata, E10RK. She froze. E for Eli. 10, his age. RK, she Googled it. A database of missing persons, a small facility, private, shut down after a funding scandal, located 2 hours from Haverhill, used to house minors with behavioral disorders. Its name, Red Key Rehabilitation. Red Key, RK. The Red Door. Couldn't be coincidence. Rachel went there. The building was boarded up. Nature had reclaimed most of it, but behind the side entrance was another door, this one crimson, weather-worn, but intact. Inside was a narrow hallway lined with rooms. Some were padded, others had restraints. She found faded patient files, but one stood out. Eli Coleman, age 10, diagnosis, reactive attachment disorder. Notes, violent outbursts, unprovoked screaming, believes he has a sister named Ray. Status, transferred. No further records. Rachel clutched the file in her hands. Transferred just where? Why wasn't her family ever told? Her blood turned cold. She searched the building's basement, room after room. In the last one, she found a mattress and carved into the wall, much newer than the others. 17 years and counting, still waiting, still remembering. She dropped to her knees. The media storm exploded again. Activists called it a cover-up. Why would a child be taken to a facility like that without his parents' knowledge? Who transferred him and where? The police finally got involved, really involved. Subpoenas, records, warrants. Then, a month later, another wedding gift arrived. Same wrapping, no card. Inside was a locket. Inside the locket, a photo. Eli as a teenager, not a boy. A teenager, alive, somewhere. The message etched inside the locket. You're so close. Don't stop, but watch who you trust. That same night, Rachel's apartment was broken into. Her hard drive stolen. Every file she'd saved, gone. Only one thing was left behind. The rabbit, this time with its ears sewn shut. Rachel now knew someone was trying to stop the truth. But Eli was out there, somewhere, and whoever took him had never planned on Rachel coming this far. But here's the thing. Last week, Rachel received a voicemail. A boy's voice. Raspy, older, familiar. He said just one word. Ray. And then the line went dead. What really happened to Eli Coleman? Why was he sent to a psychiatric facility without his family's knowledge? Who is sending these clues? And why are they so desperate to keep Rachel from finding the truth? One sister, one impossible mystery, and 17 years of silence, shattered. But the story's far from over, because in the next chapter, Rachel goes to the address found on the back of the locket. And what she finds behind that door changes everything. Subscribe to Unsolved Life Stories now, so you don't miss part 2 of Boy Vanished After School, 17 years later. His sister finds a clue in her wedding gift. Because some stories were never meant to stay buried.